Hey everyone, this is another episode of Getting Real with Rob. I started this show just a little while back because people just wanted to hear from me. What makes me tick? How do I think? My perspective on myself, on others, on life. And so I'm taking your questions. And I have two questions from Aaron. And Aaron is from Nashville, Tennessee. The first question Aaron talks about is what suggestions you have for someone who struggles with energy. So I think number one, Aaron, is understanding who you are and what you need is really, really important. So even though we can get helpful ideas from me and from other people, find out what works for you, what makes your energy bucket overflow. And that's the best. So for me, I tend to look at a couple different things. One is theologians and scholars. I mentioned this in my book, Lead the Way, chapter 5, and it's called Lead Yourself First. Theologians and scholars say we are made up of three unique parts that make us up as human beings. The first is, and I encourage anyone else to make sure that you are consistent, not just have awareness, but are consistent and intentional in these three areas of your life. One is, are you taking care of your body, your flesh and bones? And what I mean by that could be exercise and proper diet and whatever's gonna make sure to care, just your energy level in your body, your flesh and bones, proper water intake. You're drinking half your body weight in ounces of water a day, or you're getting consistent intentional exercise, whether you be walking, whether you're doing CrossFit, whether you're working out the gym, whether it could be a number of different things. So, and then your diet. If you take a look at your diet, not necessarily going on a diet, just your diet in general, is it relatively balanced? So exercise, diet, intake of water. Those are just three really crucial things that help feed your body on a regular basis. Second is your soul, your mind, will, and emotions. Mind, will, and emotions, because life happens, curveballs are thrown at us. We go through grieving and change, and the world can, again, just things thrown at us, and we've got to catch these things like on a whim. So our souls can take hits without even realizing it. Things can begin to wear on us and weigh on us far more than we could ever even think. So what are we doing to take care of our souls? I'll give you an example. The other day, I would encourage you, if you have not gone on one, go on a personal retreat. The other day, I took an entire day and just designated that day to breathe a little easier. And I went to some different areas in our local region to where when I'm just hanging out these places that I can breathe a little easier. It truly is food for my soul, and just an anchoring place of rest and joy, not having to move from the next thing to the next thing and the next thing. So if we see value in going on a personal retreat, for instance, then we'll make it happen. So I encourage you, Aaron, as well as everyone else, go on a personal retreat, get people to watch the kids, maneuver anything you have to do to make sure to set yourself up for success so you can better take care of your soul. Your soul has everything to do with just rest, the true R&R. So your mind stays sharp, your will and emotions are on point and balanced. It's just crucial. And I think that gives way our souls, to taking a day, the whole Sabbath principle, one day a week, to where we can really rest, where we're not going, and really enjoy the fruits of our labor and what we did throughout the rest of the week. And so really that personal retreat is an extension of that. But the personal retreat is set in stone. If you have that in the calendar and you have your one day of rest throughout the week, in time, the things that we discipline ourselves to do, they should begin to break the levees down in our life to live a lifestyle of that. Because at the end of the day, if we can learn the discipline of living a lifestyle of rest, now our soul is going to be that much better for it. Lastly, if we take proper care of our bodies, proper care of our soul, how about our spirits? Our spiritual part of who we are. This is the place where it goes beneath the surface, the mind, will, and emotions. It goes beneath that. This is the place where words can't adequately describe what we're going through, what we're feeling, what we're sensing. It's really deep. It's a place where purpose is inspired, ignited, and breathes out of this place. And what is it that we're doing to light the deepest place of who we are? For me, it's spending time in gratitude. It's being affirmed by who I am. Not as much about what I do, but being affirmed about who I am and my calling, my personal mission on this world, in this world. And when I spend intentional time just learning how to be and meditating and praying and being affirmed and encouraged in this very deep, significant place, wow, I mean, my spirit comes alive. So, Aaron, hopefully that answers your question. I think if we can really, truly take our time and keep in balance, keep in check our body, our soul, and our spirit, that's really going to help with our energy level. In addition to that, I would add 2 other things. One is get around people that are going to like create and mature and develop your energy level. You know, who are you spending consistent time with that is highly energetic and passionate, that when every time you're around them, it makes you feel good. It makes you come more alive. Spend time with those individuals. And then lastly, how you start your day is how your day is going to go. I love to start each and every single day with a time of gratitude, the things that I'm most thankful for, thanking God for who He is, what He's given, who He's given me in my life. And when I start my day with giving thanks and having a time of intentional gratitude, I can't help but be in better spirits. I can't help but be of higher and more positive energy throughout the rest of the day. So start your day on a high note and do whatever you can. If that takes getting up a little earlier before the family gets up, whatever, do it. You're not going to regret it. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Oh, Aaron, I also see you have a follow-up question. Why don't you eat sugar? And how do you stay away from it? Or do you not like it? Or is it just a decision that you've made? Well, I gotta let the cat out of the bag. I have not done away with sugar, but I don't eat a lot of it. Honestly, to go back a little bit, I'm more of a salt person than a sweet person. And people are probably listening to this being like, yep, I'm salt or sweet, or I'm a little bit of both. I tend to be and gravitate towards salty foods with snacking, etc., a little bit more than the sweet. That being said, I've just learned to be in better balance and getting back to the diet aspect, right? So for me, everyone has a line of like going down. You got to know if you're going to gravitate towards salt or sweet a little bit more. And everyone has a line that when they start snacking, they start going after something. Of when you're starting to climb up on that line and like going past it. You know what I mean? Like you grab a candy bar and you're about halfway through and you're like, I've reached my limit. I know it, but I'm just going to down this whole thing. And you cross the line. Or you got a bag of chips and you put some in a bowl and that's it. And then you find yourself going back for yet another bowl. So know that line and know it well and operate and function in a very disciplined manner and have people in your life that hold you accountable to it so you don't overstep the bounds. And all of a sudden you're tempted far more than what you can deal with. Hopefully that makes sense. So great questions, and hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Getting Real with Robb. I look forward to the next one. We'll see you. Bye.